Look, what was that in Humawi? Your friend Japadi. So, the battle would have captured the Yabami. Now, Mafu, men can't assemble infirmity. Sir, a Japadi, Yase, a Bushia Kubi, a natural. Paya Mumba Faswa, Ghana Japadi, na a baby or money or mumma, and no massive one, and some. And Tinipa or throw forward, and I was saying, was sign of Oriata. Now, forward, what do I say? The first paragraph. First paragraph.
Okay.
Was it to our future, made up of the present and the unborn, for whom this will, of a nation is being prepared. So, was it a dachi? Any nasi try a woman, any young collar, any and Kansama young woman. Womo, and I yes, sir, a Japade or minor Japade, a diamaomo. So, what do you to me, Masi and Mamma Sum? Will be says to me now, the man, what the ye Japade, Ghana as Japade, Gina de Ma Nasifo. And we are quiet. Now, what's it? To our foremost king of Oripeni, the progenies spread across this world, for whom and to whom alone this sacred document is prepared. Yes, I did wait in the share of Oripeni and Munyam. Ghana 40. Hey, Mumia careful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Paragraph 5.
Paragraph 5.
What's it currently? With Nanado in total control of the whole entity of Ghana, we have a duty to ensure that we take over the commanding height of the essential fabric of the country, in order that even in the event that Nana leaves the scene after the mandatory 8 years, the sons and daughters of Ochimai will be firmly secured and such control both financially and economically that we can no longer be ignored in the battle to control the destiny of Ghana. Hey, Ghana for Muntio. Memmo example say this is not a fiction.
Actually, a planet.
And yet it's working. Working. In the forward now, me more baby. What's it? We free 5. Now about 7, paragraph 7.
7, yeah.
Was it in doing this? We need to be strategic. We will have to work with other people from some of the diverse ethnic groups, including some carefully selected people in Ashanti and other diverse ethnicities or land. This would make them believe that they also have a hand in the pie. It will be obscure. It will obscure any suspicion that the project is essentially an Oforupeni project. This point is crucial because with electoral politics, we have to have our eyes on the numbers in the electoral process. We cannot be brented until we are completely secured in the endeavor. It is especially so because so far, the Ashantis constitute the single most populous ethnic groups in the country. So, it is for the young man, and I say, I according to paragraph 19 in your kind. Paragraph 9. Was it although the Ashanti group within the current NPP is gearing itself to take over the party after the next tenure in 2024? It will be ideal if we could work to bypass them in 2024. Now, with hard work, we could work to pass the mantle over to non-account person, preferably from the north, under whose presidency we could secure the maturity of our takeover projects. Well, a prophecy is here. So being a trend down watch church and they say a fiction and the interest any panel or a prophet. And why a prophet?
A serious issue.
What say? Ashanti region and that's Ashanti for our NPP party. or more prepares on be take over from Nana Akufo-Addo. Yeah, co primaries. Alan Chamantin from Ashanti.
Yeah.
Boacha Japo from Ashanti. Adainimo from Ashanti. Akutofiye from Ashanti. Kobna Japan from Ashanti. 5 people. 5. Out of 9 you say you know mokoye. Kojo Poku is for Abraka on 6.
Yeah.
So on yet. So wamu nyese wamu be bypass Ashanti region. Traditionally, Ashanti region is superb, very strong. Otunfo UK. Yamano kwan ye besoano in the palanquin. Ewo UK. Akwesidano kwakodino. Omama kwa ye besoano. Omo beji a whole street near group ketene eyi. Ohini bia ni hobi tuma kwa yesade. It is a sadia. Then let's cut the Ashanti politically. It is a betima yeso a yampe obi a wo ye non-atam person. Yemfa mano. You see that man go anko prebi e bia na get. Hey, I'm gonna be back on preview if you don't get that, mommy. But what more ahead, preferably a person from the north.
They were
and then me no work as a NPP Frabera over here.
No.
Officially. But once was it, sa prophecy no.
Abem.
Look, mommy, Emma, one day.
Book
where the mashada kind power.
I said, baby, I will pass our kinds of what you wrote the ego. Say, I will minute.
Oh, mantra.
Me mpese obi be wia enti na ma church rodin.
Okay.
We wia pa wo bie ya no bia hu say media. So ne no. Hwe. Sa Labadi beach in sensem na sene to na yenko. Any ade. Eye Anna Director General of Senate, Dr. Tinkrai, ye nadi. Obi am wo hu ne ye nadi.
Debi. Letter no so ti musa nipa o chore na bu afu pa.
Papa no ye na o me twa me hu wo America basisi a onya phone call as a Galloway.
Proceed on leave.
Because now he was not in agreement on certain things. Now, share near AYAPADE Eka is talking about Mamima head in answer. It's talking about banking. Banking.
Okay, higher banking.
Banking or much chim. Mother. Mother near Bank of Ghana. Biological children. Ghana indigenous banks.
Banks, no.
And they were adopted children. Adopted children hona mekono. Absa Eco Bank. Yimuni near Gaitano. Or money adopted. Now, on the adopted Eco Bank. Was it we have 2 routes of entry into the institution. First is through Senate, which has a seat on the board of EcoBank Ghana by virtue of its shareholding. The seat is occupied by the Director General of Senate. In phase 2 of our agenda, Kofi Bosompem Osafo-Maafo, who is a Deputy Director General of Senate, should be made the Director General to give him the seat on the EcoBank Ghana board.
To me. Hey.
On the EcoBank Ghana board. And now we know who is the Director General of Ghana Senate.
Bosompem.
What take his seat in all? You are my besu. You are my besu. Secondary. Papa, we madam for me respecting no pandi. You are born wife with him in Pesamako. Would your mammy see honum? Unya book do bina kaya wa.
Wa be wudi wo.
Ope say.
Okwa
anda banke. Ube ku se ne sitie. Hwe eti yeti honum ama abusuanko baako. Eje Ghana japade nyina. So Capital Bank pan e fa so e group akwasi Ndum Bank ene ne atwere wa hase.
Nya no de wa ha. Eno de sa portion no makan.
Eno ne aye no ha se no. Now, Uber under insurance, your mother, your biological, and you were adopted. So, now, why your mufaswa, ye pia SSC, SNJ. Near Kofa Enterprise Insurance, and non the Yebia, Enterprise Insurance, one Nura.
Cano for
that. Government a Gibia. Ya Fosu Bia. One fan for Enterprise Insurance. You are in trouble.
And as SIC near your mind, dear, and I am Bassa.
Ya to baby. Jaja baby. Hwe uko bank setter. Kwaye fa so ye data bank. And na ye bibia loans aye gigi na ne ade. Nipa abusuan ba ko pe. Ya no mu de ye Galloway for. Who can we are? Obey the NPP best original ever be defended this rot. Now what you want now, Obre? Yes, say to our future, present and unborn.
To a more yet, I didn't say by your mamma, or young woman, pono, or mummy bread. What
can you in area or partner will say? Ghana has said this tribe is going to be the movers and shakers of Ghana.
And indeed.
It is a bibiba poswa. Womono kasape enu no obi abedi
order from above.
Oh, pesika dia ye bibia eho na obeko ene ande. We are here. We are quiet. Wo benya obi no aba begina no wo defend it. Eish. I will not.
Now on my ni mu ayetimi aboka ma ye ka ntia. Na ye pre carry forward.
Ye mo Ghana farmer nipa baako. Ye nyina ye dia. Ye nyina ye dia. Hwe no de ba gwasindu. Ye no de no.
A try to order that.
Ye try to.
Ni din nyina wo.
Me pese me kan ne honum no because of Sadi Wenti. So okay. Because of that, and me pese me kan.
Come across me bebo.
Mami some more example. What if you na ka say fictional? Then that writer we need to look for him. Now on prophesy on this country. Minim ya edin ya mebo din natural. The writer no mabo ni do Madam Fopa.
You are sure AYAPADE book no.
Madam Fopa, we dey mebo ni din natural. As we are moving on. Mebo ni din natural. One dey aboni din, one ni co-writers ni ade. Wo mo edin nwom ba bia hyehyehye wo monza. Wo the technical team led by DM Oforiata should further evaluate the following details in order to choose the appropriate site. Galamsey. According to this book, Wamuwo 332 Galamsey companies. Nina, are you ha? Okay. Wamuni. Wamuna Shishana. The Northern Gold Coast Enterprise. So and so. Amanfi East. Wasa Amanfi East. Wofa say ya Takwa in Soyom Municipal. Just say every district they are there. Christian in Zima East. Wamachi chomu jinagum. Eti wane kacha say Galamsey bitwazie. Wane kaza azam nisho. Se beti metu azie dia. Na chese esise abansi samba. Who say your mama? Don't say your mama. Mami to ade bako. Undermining oil and gas industries. What did he? Was it our mining as well as oil and gas strategies constitute a major plank of the blueprint for controlling the extraction of natural resources, which God has generously bestowed on Ghana, particularly the Achim land. Was it to this end? A cursory look at the approved concessions should be looked at, as Santi Bedietro is to lead the process to take over this concession detail below and consolidate them into the standard AYAPA LLC incorporated in Jersey. AYAPA Ango Parliament. Sir, your mineral say ye or moon eba bejeje royalties in the gaga. Adwene kese. Ya di biti Ghana. Now on this note, I will salute the minority in Parliament.
Yeah, and do mo ho ye ding. So o mo mpene.
Share AYAPA LLC incorporated in Jersey. Ya call register company no abrochire. And ye dey buy same rofu bi na eba be hweso amai. Wo hu din e bo ha.
Oforiata.
Dabi
Hey, Asante Bedietro.
O say o make sure. Say safne mani nyina akoso. Ana Parliament. Parliament bo mugala we. Enye sanka ye mineral resources yi bia wo mo gigibia e kwa busuan bako. How can we live in a country like this? How can we live in a country like this? Ghana, baby, you go near you know, mamma pono honum kama no. I had you now, take over. I didn't as a state. Yes, Simbo Bian Conco to Galamsey, a war, ye quiet. Now, man for womb, the intimate stop warm. Do you know one strategy?
I didn't see I can't time the presidency in our two on the line.
Do you know the strategy? You bet you may you suggest 3 days. Your baby will be a miracle. I saw all the strategy about me. Said no.
Wow.
Na Ghana Armed Forces. Omo call no omo fly omo jet was ro honum. Near start to say spray kwa yedum how de be wura ho. Why de be wura kwa yedum?
Obi anwura ho.
Obi anwura ho. Yes David. Yes e boy kwa ye ho ban. Na abusuakuo bi according to this book.
Eti adena eti say ya nunu ye ho ne because we are the taxpayers money. Near the ama operation the galam stop was a wine. Near san de bo mo ho ka. All in the name say yes stop it galam say you ntimi stop it.
Okay? Telecommunication. Alliance oba. Say digitization betima koye no. Yes say low data. Low cost in data. Now we talk data 100 cities any 3 days nasa. How can you drive that? Ninyi na no ehun nsam hyehyɛ ha. What you say? Bisa telcos bisa omo. Me say ya munyusu RTI no munyusu. Ehi fa no moto omo yi ene sen eye den na sa pricing we ever. First na go munyina to no NCA. Fofofo. The first to data e check. Ya di nkrofobia be hyehyem. Enti no NCA Emma 1/3 omo na je 2/3 enti telcos no betima to kitwa bi ewo NCA na fa kese na no akwakoto no ba bi ono soso no be say 3 times the price NCA de be ma enti ho na betua me ne wo na etua ekogu abusuan ba ko account mu na omo ache I don't know why
This is wickedness.
So there you know. She me say the Paul trust that way or prophet o. A man for so be na share them no try no the to abontin. And I'm saying nipa na prophet. Listen. The political terrain. How do you know the political terrain? I don't want the party. African the Japan aba. Na fe Samuel Kudi so, John Bodu di so. Now mo the Lawrence factor aba. Other minor parties in the Kaka, religious and chieftaincy. Nti other smaller parties, you know, or more kasa you should understand. Next baby I know more kasa no go. Ni na wa.
Achichira show manum. Na no ba ko bi amani tua no. Abo ka me say na wo wani ambra wo power pa na wo kasa ti say obi a wo ye government spokesperson ni.
Cars bebre so.
Hey.
Enyo na kana asemi. Nye de cars bebre.
Ai. Me say anawo per president ni bia bia na say den. What's that the PR ama government? Almost so many say ha.
Omo sha say. She. O say ya don ye oh yeah hand over that.
Ewa ha.
Kroma. Ye nyina wo kroma. Mo hand over. What the security for on ba mo yes on the DJ. Ade omuni ani, omuni adwene. Omo hu se obi e pep change. E change no. On bed dan ya bu mu a. Mo angasa ombo hu se. Here, what's it as we make final push for EC registration? It is sub IUA about 2019. It is important to roll out our final onslaught to ensure that NDC eventually become a fringe party. Whereas we do not expect the Electoral Commissioner herself to blatantly cripple the NDC, we could deploy the other non-EC functions, such as the need to maintain law and order. So using our people within the security agencies to frustrate NDC supporters from either registering or voting. Anomabodin, Brechampon will be the key in this endeavor.
Until no so had over. Also, I'm a brave you come say yabem because one of the done another day they hand you over, hand you over. Would you how? We ask our man come say yabem.
Was it before then? We must have a critical evaluation of our strength and weakness in order to be well positioned for the task ahead. Now, the party, or Maboma, that's a party. So, the youth and women's wing of our party remain our weakest link. Every effort must therefore be made to get our national organizer to fill in the gap. Same apply to getting Eslausu to assist the women's wing. Adiwe by 2019. 2020 elections. Esro usuja Abrekuma West. No nam Tolong, no nam Borga Central, no nam Wa, no nam Babia. And yet never has it. We should assist the women's wing. Eti, the writer, the great prophet of our time, say a calculated plan. That's when you see a G2 say it's a fiction there. Now we the greatest prophet in our time. As a CAT
because of more bomb they are doing the same thing.
No more catch a great Omoka Fagre Japon, above Adam. No more can some over say Alan, ever be take over. They should try and then bypass him. Yanko for being free enough. Abom. Bibi Omoka book in Mubia, abom. Don't bother the American crown memorable.
You are quite fast to
Omo, yes, a bit too.
You're too simple, Name Brian Mobo. Oh. What's your cognom no ada?
You're too so simple. Okay? Ma obia emphasize the way in diagro. Maybe obia who say a book muna make free. And I'm not the writer. And Ghana nipa bebre ekitasa the way I'm making. And ye be biom, ye be Ghana for home. No mun take a wise decision. Because national cake, you know, ye na ye dia. Adenti. And I say ye. Now, the national situation as regard to the media landscape. Me babe king can baby actually. No one who said the Yama essay air cover. Me babe king can baby. Hey, what can I do?
Oh, Tony,
what can I do?
Now, your projection, man, is per se, the essay.
As also on closure of opposition media. We score as low as 70% for her execution of the agenda to close down pro-NDC radio and television stations. While we praise her for closing media entities such as Radio XYZ, Capital Radio, Muntie FM, and many more, she scored some low marks in the implementation of the strategy. We expected her to leave Radio Gold from the list for obvious tactical reasons. She could have waived their debt like she has done for our friendly stations, such as Ask FM in Kumasi. She could have been fired for the avoidable backlash in strategy, but for her long-standing role as Nane's protege.
Hey! But I want to
Phase 2. Phase 2. Phase 2 of media control. Was it there is no doubt that Joy 99.7 FM and the multimedia group will remain an industry leaders in the communication sphere of the country. While relying on them as a veritable ally, anti-NPP agenda by some of their staff does not pretend well to us. We were left with no choice but to have used our voice, in quote, to threaten Manasseh Azuri Awuni. While his publication on the past inured to our political benefit, he has overstretched himself in his attempt to assume an air of neutrality. He was influential to our historic victory, but his constant attack on government culminating into the militia documentary was most unfortunate. Okay? Okay. Some multimedia, omo lead in the airwaves. Awa hase. Na adwuma wo mo yeye e de boa NPP mo ba victory no good. Na so some of the elements wo mo a omo akwakoye omo akwakoye anti government. Enti no wo mo sheda no mo use boys. Edi threaten Manasseh Azuri ebemu na zama Manasseh Azuri anyane akwankwo South Africa
bo de ho adwa
ni ye ka that time na me hu we me say ebe de na sade we abam enya no kre sa na ye no kre pa sa na ye no kre enti se obi na tena ne dem church sade we ema no ba out 2019 na after 2020 election Samuel we nyina esisi a me say let us look for the person Let us look for that person. Oh, me boy, Mr. DM for that. I'm say, or a co-writer. Or a madam for minimum. Now, hijacking of GBC. Now, the judiciary and governance in Ghana. Yen party court. So that the next 20 years, they can be in control. I don't want to see nominating more people to Supreme Court. Agenda in